Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and believe it or not, I'm back once again for another review. Now, this is being recorded and will be going up a little bit later. That's because Amazon just keeps coming out with stuff. And this is from Earthspark. These were supposed to be released the middle of January, but here they are at the waning days before Christmas. It is the Cyber Combiner Bumblebee and Malto set. Basically, what you get is you get a transforming robot with Bumblebee and one of the Malto kids, this one being Mo, in a cybernetic suit. And whereas Bumblebee transforms, as I mentioned, Mo doesn't, but they can combine with each other in the Crash Combiner style. But I have to say, there's a lot of engineering and technological improvements to be combining into the figures. There's actual articulation and stuff like that. Now, as I said, this came from Amazon. I do believe they're in stock now, and you can get the other set with I think it was a Twitch and Robbie, the sibling. But we're going to look at that in another review. Kind of interesting that Mo comes with Bumblebee, um, where you would figure it would come with the other Terran, uh, figure, the motorcycle, but perhaps they had to make sure that in this first wave of these cyber combiners, there was a known name character. So what we'll do right now is we'll pause and come back and take a look at the Mo Malto mech. Okay, so one of the accessories I have Mo posed with is this giant green sword. Now, there's some interesting things going on with this sword. Number one, it does have a peg for storage, and in vehicle mode, Bumblebee really doesn't have any place to put it. And in mech mode here, Mo can stick it. You can have it on the back of the wing there, but it doesn't sits a little loosely. Also, the handle is on a hinge itself, so you can use that. But other than that, I don't know why the handle is on a hinge. First of all, let me just show you right here. You can see Mo's head in the suit here. What I do believe is I don't think Mo has grown to a ginormous size. Basically, I think this right here is all of Mo in a cockpit, and everything else is robotic. At least that's what I hope. But then again, I don't know if this is going to end the show or is going to be in the show. But as you can see, there is a good amount of articulation for this figure. I mean, again, Crash Combiners, that's all you basically got was lateral arm movement. This, you have a ball joint at the shoulder, elbow, universal joint at the hip. You have a knee joint, swivel. I mean, you can pose this figure. I mean, unfortunately, there is no torso joint, but what are you going to do? You can even adjust the wings down, out. They do have some locking points, so that's kind of cool. And again, something else I want to mention that I don't know uh, why it's not mentioned in the instructions. The wings can fold up like that, and they do have a tab, so they do peg into place. Um, I use that, basically you do fold the wings back for combined mode. So that's what I'm going to use it for. And speaking of the combined mode, let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to actually start. I'm going to show you the configuration for Mo uh, in pants mode. That's how it starts off. Now, the instructions show you folding up the feet. You actually don't want to do that. What you want to do is come around the back here, flip out what will be the larger robot feet, and they're going to peg into the bottom of Mo's feet. When I'm just get them up here and just snap. So make sure they come up all the way, and then they'll snap into place. If there's a problem, there you go. Next, what you want to do is you can come up and you can do this first too. Open the chest, flip the head down. So maybe actually that whole entire canopy is all of Mo, or else the poor kid just folded in on itself. Come around the back here, bring the wings back like so. At this point, this is where I would like fold them up too. Um, and then what you want to do is angle the arms back. Uh, Turn it around so you can see. There's a slot right here on the forearm or right below the elbow that's going to go into that tab right there. Do this on both sides. And now what you want to do is fold the forearms up and out to the side. Yes, I know a lot of you are seeing a lot of hollow plastic, but it is this figure does feel very sturdy. So right now, Mo is ready to combine. So we will pause and we'll come back and take a look at Bumblebee. Okay, so here's Bumblebee, and as I mentioned with the sword, really there's no place to store it. I mean, there is this little hole right back here, but that's actually a little too big for the post. Can, yeah, it can go into the wheel, but it doesn't. It falls right out. There's, so again, I'm really curious what that little peg is for. Um, Other than that, Bumblebee does actually have a car mode. This is very close to what the animation model looks like. Now, as we all know, I don't have the deluxe version of Bumblebee yet. I've been waiting for that to really come down in price a little since I missed out on the initial reviews, and it really hasn't, believe it or not. These figures have been staying around like $20 price point, if not jumping up to close to 30. So who knows? But there is also a warrior class version of Bumblebee coming that might have another combining gimmick to it. That's the rumor I'm hearing. But yeah, it does roll quite nicely. It does what it has to. Transformation to robot mode is fairly simple. Open up these back sections here. They're going to swing out on a hinge. Well, actually, it's actually a ball joint because they're part of the arms. Flip down these panels. They're going to peg into the wheels very nicely like that. Here's a nice little thing. The roof, windshield, and side windows are going to unpeg from the back of the legs, fold forward, and snap in just like that. Turn the figure over, and you want to come in here, and there's like a post that will go into that hole right there. Um, Looks like Fizz. And those will be the feet. So now you can spread the legs right there at the hips. You can bring these arms down more, flip out the forearms, and then open up the chest here and flip out the head. Now, you might be fooled into thinking that there is a mushroom peg there that would allow the head to swivel. It doesn't. So that's Bumblebee in its robot mode. If you want, you can have the figure hold the sword. Although I think the sword is really more for the Mo mech and the combined form. But Bumblebee's been known to be a swashbuckler every now and then. And again, even in robot mode, there's no combining. There's no, excuse me, port to store it. As I mentioned, there's a ball joint here in the shoulder. Uh, just that over 90-degree bend at the elbow there, because that's because of the transformation. Universal joint at the hip. You do have a knee bend right there, kind of like a faux ratchet. So again, um, doesn't have to, but there is some articulation to this figure. You can pose it and have some fun with it. Now we're just going to go ahead and we're going to get it ready for combination. This is going to be the torso. So you just want to go ahead, flip the head up, just like so. Flip these arms up, just like that. Come around the back here, and what you're going to do now is fold this whole section back, and there's a slot right there that will peg into a tab right on the back. So you can see tab right there, and then just like so, and that will you do want to fold up these panels. They're on a spring, so that you will do that naturally, and then fold back up the feet. That will reveal what will be some fits, and the figure is ready to combine. So how about we pause and we'll come back for the combination. Well, boy, I really had to pull the camera back to make sure we got this in view. First thing I want to show is you can see right here the combiners. You have a female, male, male, female type of connection. So what you're going to do is just uh, snap them together, just like that. And now what you want to do is split Bumblebee right at the waist and codpiece area, just like that. Then as you bring it down, the torso and chest will fold down. The hands are now in their proper position. And what's nice is you do have elbow joints. You can see the Super Bee head right there. Um, really cool. Now, instead of eyes, it has a visor, and you can give the figure the sword. So you actually have shoulder movement, lateral movement. You could bend the elbow like all like to a 90 degrees. You still have the hip movement from the Mo mech. Bend the knees. Now, unfortunately, there's no ankle pivots, so you got to be careful with there. But yeah, much if you remember the old Crash combiners, basically all you would get from that is articulation at the shoulder, at the elbows, and that was maybe a little bit at the shoulder. Unfortunately, the head doesn't spin, so swivel, so there's that. But really, this is a nice looking. They've really come far with these uh, two robot combiners, I would say, and I'm really impressed. Um, Now, the instructions show you to separate the figures and reattach them to put Mo on top. But if you watch the commercial that is actually on the Amazon listing for this set, and actually for the other set as well, this can transform and switch positions much like the Revolve Change figures from the Common Rider Geats line, which we've taken a look at. So, that's how I'm gonna show you how to do it. Remove the sword, straighten the arms back out, fold up the head, and you wanna there's like a little it slots back into place here, just like so. Um, Close up the hips. It will snap back into place. Be forceful. Get it, just press on the legs there. There we go. Oh, wait, no. There we go. And that will help hold the torso in place. You want to flip the legs up just like that. Turn the figure over. And now what you want to do is while holding it like this, come around behind, flip down what was the windshield and roof of the car and the front bumper. That will rotate the fist up, giving you the feet for the combined mode. On the Mo mech here, go ahead and flip those giant robot feet back, flip the feet up all the way. That will become the hands in the super robot mode. And now, just like with Bumblebee, separate at the waist and codpiece, and that will flip out the super robot head. And you can bend the elbows And there you have the combined mech with Mo on top. Now, again, the instructions show, and even I think the back of the box, the packaging shows having the wings folded out all the way like this. I just think just for an added transformation step, so like you feel like you're doing a little more, just pop them up like that. I think it's and it actually gives you a little more shelf space. This looks cool. You have the same amount of articulation as you did when Bumblebee was on top. Um, Now, I will say with Mo on top, it's overall it's a thinner figure. So with the as the legs, I think it's a little you have some thinner legs and a thicker torso. This, I think it's evened out a little bit better. Yeah, the arms might be a little shorter, but giving you a look at the head there, um, I think both combined modes are actually kind of cool to look at. So there is that. And again, it's not that difficult. You're really upsizing the crash combiner type of gimmick. Uh, you're ups, but you're also improving upon it. And I think because by making it bigger, you're getting you have more options to uh, by ups you get more articulation and stuff like that. So yeah, let's pause and we will come back with my final thought. I'm really impressed with what Hasbro achieved here with the Cyber Combiners. They, like I said before, they've taken the Crash Combiner gimmick and have really polished it. I think giving it a little bit larger size um, has allowed for the extra articulation um, and things of that nature in both modes. Um, these are fun figures. Now, obviously, in terms of transforming, Bumblebee is really the only one that transforms. But the fact that you have, the mech suit with Mo is quite impressive as well. And yeah, I think these are kind of fun. I think they're about $35, which isn't that bad, well, all things considered. And if you're a fan, now I don't haven't seen the rest of the season one of Earthspark. I really don't know if I'm going to be able to get to it. So I don't know if this actually happens or this is going to be something that's going to be a part of season two. But if it is, it'll be interesting to see how it's explained. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you like this review, like, comment, and subscribe. Uh, the the likes, comments, and subscriptions help with the algorithms, and you guys could be a part of something wonderful. Um, Keeping it short because it is a little bit later tonight. If again, I'll say it again. These are available at Amazon.com. This is the only place I know that's selling them. So yeah, this is your old pal Chuck for Malto and Bumblebee. We will see you next time.